Hi guys. So sorry to break character, but this morning I've been thinking about what happened in Christchurch. If you don't know, an Australian white supremacist who posted a manifesto in which he claimed to be motivated by the white genocide conspiracy theory, targeted a mosque and murdered a whole bunch of people in Christchurch, New Zealand. And this is a guy who comes from the same generation as me. He's 28 years old, I'm 29. I'm Australian, he's Australian, and I grew up in a community with lots of Muslim people from Turkey, Lebanon, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, wherever. And for me, it was completely normal. Never thought of them as anything other than members of our community, normal people. I'm not shocked though. I'm not shocked that this happened. If you're shocked, you haven't been paying attention, or you're lying. Most people who say they're shocked are lying. It's funny because if you look at Twitter or any social media or any news website, you're going to see the very same people who are complicit in this saying that they're shocked, that they can't believe that someone would ever do this. So let's talk about why this happened. Why did this happen? Well, Australia is a country where we give platforms to people who spread ideas like this. And we don't just give them platforms either. We elevate them above others. Think about the mainstream media. It starts with the morning talk show host, Kerry-Ann Kennelly, Sonia Kruger, etc. Then you elevate it a little bit. Think about your Miranda Devines, your Andrew Bolts. Both people who have actually spread the white genocide conspiracy theory, by the way. And what about from there? Well, what about our politicians? Senator Fraser Anning, Senator Pauline Hanson, both proponents of the white genocide conspiracy theory, both political representatives in Australia. Then from there, you've got the out-and-out fascists like Blair Cottrell, who are given platforms on ABC, our state broadcaster, and Triple J, given the sort of voice in the mainstream media that most people can never hope to get, simply by virtue of being a fascist. Then there's the international element. You've got the international YouTube stars like Lauren Southern, Stefan Molyneux, those sorts of people. Why am I mentioning them? Well, it's really easy to get from our media to them. And then you know what else happens? They come here. They come to Australia. They're given visas to speak on topics including white genocide, including their virulent racism and Islamophobia. And just a couple of weeks ago, I believe, our Ministry of Immigration denied a visa to Milo Yiannopoulos, who himself is another big proponent of the white genocide conspiracy theory, Islamophobia, virulent racism against Aboriginal Australian people, etc., etc. And then guess what? After campaigning from those very people who I mentioned, your Pauline Hansons, your Andrew Bolts, your Fraser Annings, they capitulated. They let him in. They gave him a visa. So Milo is going to be allowed to come here and spread the exact same conspirational ideology that got us here in the first place. And how is our media going to report on it? Well, they're going to whitewash it. That's what they do. The mainstream Australian media never calls these people what they really are. It never accurately describes their beliefs. And while all of this is going on, while we grant visas to people who very obviously fail the character test, we keep refugees, the majority of which are either Muslim or from Muslim-majority countries, in offshore concentration camps. There's a clear message there. White nationalists are welcome. Muslims are not. And of course, if you point this out, you're being hysterical. They're not actually fascists. They're not actually Islamophobes. They're not actually racist. And you're told you're trying to stifle free speech. The people who are going to try and spin this as just a lone crazed gunman, the people who are currently feigning shock, they're the ones who did this. And when you see these people putting on a show, talking about how shocked they are, call them out. Remind them that they did this. Call them out for who they really are. That's all I have to say.